Creatures of the night, what is happening, everybody? Good to see you guys. Um, so I watched Wrestlemania last night, and I do want to talk about Wrestlemania. I want to give a bit of my own input on it. All in all, it was a good show. There were some things that could have been done a little better, but I did enjoy the show. And so let's start with the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. That was awesome. I'm so glad that they've given the Intercontinental title some kind of importance again, and that they've had, like, they used to do the Money in the Bank ladder matches at Mania, and then they stopped doing that. And for a while, you kind of wanted to see that massive ladder match again, and it's really cool. It's a really cool thing to see that happen. There were some pretty insane spots, and I personally thought Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn were gonna win, but Zack Ryder won, and good for him. It's about time he had his WrestleMania moment. He deserves it. He's worked very hard in the business to get some kind of notice. You go back to 2011, and the crowd was 100% behind him. So good for him. What match was next? I think it was the tag team match. But yeah, the tag team match was really cool. New Day. These guys are hilarious. I totally dig them. League of Nations I don't really care for. But the cool thing was to see Shawn Michaels come back in his ring attire and actually wrestle for a bit. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin came out and fought, and that was pretty awesome. Mick Foley too. That was a cool thing. Brought me back. Jericho and Styles was a phenomenal match. It was probably the one match that stole the show. I do feel like AJ Styles should have won that match because it was his first WrestleMania, and WWE's got to use him properly. He's done a lot in the business. But he did put on one hell of a match with Jericho. Him and Jericho are perfect opponents. They're perfect opponents for each other. They both know how to put on a great show. And I really enjoyed watching that. It was a fantastic match. Probably one of my favorites of this year so far. The Divas match was really good too. They've actually given the Divas a bit more momentum, some attention and whatnot, and it's a really cool thing. This new wave of Divas is fantastic. I like Sasha Banks. Becky Lynch is pretty cool. Charlotte's doing her own thing. She's pretty cool. If either one of those three women won, I would have been okay with it as long as they put on a good match. And they did. They really did. Another match that happened. Shane and Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell match. Oh, that was one hell of a match too. That also stole the show a bit. The wrestling itself wasn't great. Shane's not a great wrestler, but there were some pretty insane spots in that match. Shane jumping off the cell and just crazy shit going on, and it was pretty cool. Undertaker winning, I'm not complaining. That was pretty cool. There was one match I forgot to mention: Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. I'm a little upset with that. The match did get a little extreme. I feel like they should have gotten a little more extreme, and I feel like Dean Ambrose should have won because they just keep burying Ambrose, and it's not right. And somebody's got to beat Lesnar at some point. He can't keep doing what he's doing. But yeah, Shane and Undertaker was insane. That was old school for sure. It was great. Undertaker's a little out of shape, but he still put on a good match. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I want to address something about that. So Diamond Dallas Page gets a separate entrance. Shaq gets a separate entrance. People acknowledge that they're there. And then I look in the ring and I see that Tatanka is there. Why? I have no idea why Tatanka was in the match. He just randomly was part of it. Of all the legends they could have brought back, Tatanka just happened to be there. It was pretty funny, actually. It was good, though. They let that NXT dude win, which is pretty cool. The Rock thing, it was cool to see The Rock come out. They gave the Wyatts something at Mania. John Cena came back just when you thought it would be the first Mania without him in years. There he was. But yeah, it was actually pretty cool to see Cena come back. I didn't mind that. burying the Wyatts, I kind of feel bad for them. They've kind of been destroyed now. But it is what it is. It was a cool thing to see. Hopefully I would love to see The Rock feud with the Wyatts. That would be pretty awesome. Like a real feud. We need to put the Wyatts in something big, you know. The main event. First of all, I want to say that Triple H, his entrance was badass. It was awesome. The only thing I didn't like, so Triple H fits the badass metal character because that's who he is in real life. He's a metalhead. He's into Conan the Barbarian and all that. So he tries to mix all that together to create the character, and it fits him because he's being himself. Stephanie McMahon, though, when she tries too hard to be like Triple H, and you can see that she's really forcing that badass sort of thing going on, and it just doesn't really fit her. And she should not have been a part of the match. Should have just been Triple H and Reigns. But she looked like a 40-year-old hair metal mom going to a Def Leppard concert. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it was kind of sad to see that Roman Reigns is getting booed out of the building. The main event was kind of a little bit of a stinker. I mean, not taking anything away from Triple H and Reigns, it's just the match just wasn't up there. It should have it could have been done better, and they should have done a double turn. I've been stressing this for weeks with all my friends and stuff. There should have been a double turn because the crowd hates Reigns and they were cheering Triple H. And they were cheering Triple H because they didn't like Reigns, but at that point it would have made sense to do the double turn. Just turn Reigns heel. The whole 100,000 people were booing the shit out of Roman Reigns, and you're trying to make him a babyface. Unbelievable. It's like Vince has gone deaf or something. But I'm not complaining. He won the title. He deserved it. Either way, if Triple H or Reigns won that match, I wouldn't have cared. It was a good show. But yeah, like I said, there were some areas that could have been improved, but all in all, it was a decent show, and I enjoyed watching it. Much better than WrestleMania 30, by far. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching.